Today at ShopTap.com, we're going to be talking about timing chain stretch on the 2.0t TSI engine. Okay, so we're going to be talking about timing chain stretch today on 2.0t TSI engines. Originally, when the issues around the timing chain tensioners on the TSI engine started to happen, we talked a lot about us and other people like Charles, the home mechanic, and other people talked a lot about the issues around the timing chain tensioners. Now, as time has progressed and a lot of these cars have started to age and get higher mileage, it seems like chain stretch is becoming more prevalent. So we're showing you how to check that with the scan tool today. There's also a checking procedure that actually you measure between the chain and the marks on the camshaft itself. And basically one of the gears has a mark on it, and then the other one has a kind of a notch cut into it, and you would measure between the two, and if it exceeds a certain range, then you know you have an issue around your chain. That is a procedure that we're not going to be talking about today because that requires a decent amount of stuff to get that timing cover off. We do show in the DIY on the timing chain tensioner how to remove that cover, which we show that, and you can see the area where we're talking about. With that said, we're going to go inside the vehicle and show you how to do that with a scan tool. Okay, so here we are inside the vehicle. We have our key in the on position, and we have our OBD11 plugged into the OBD2 port. For those of you not familiar, we're using OBD11. This is a Android-based software which is specific to Volkswagen and Audi, similar to VAGCOM. And again, this procedure would be similar with a VAGCOM. They have basically the same access but different interface, so when we're looking at the way they interface, it's going to be slightly different if you were to be using a VAGCOM. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do on our bottom right is go into our list of control modules. We're going to go into Engine. And then we're going to go into Live Data. Now the data block we're going to be going to is going to be 93. Now for older models, you're going to need to know the data block you need to go onto. And when I say older models, I mean non-current day stuff. If you look at Mark 7, they use a text-based data block thing where you can actually search names of things like misfire. You can type in misfire and it'll pull up all of the data blocks for misfires. Older models like this and previous generations, which is not old cars by any means at this point, but earlier generations, they used where you would have to know the channel of what you're looking at. So we're going to go to channel 93 and we're going to be looking at this, and you have to have the engine running to start to read this information. So we're going to start up the car. Now what's going to happen with this particular data block is what we're looking at is this degrees, and that is phase position bank 1 intake, and that's going to be the position we're looking for. Now right now it's 0 because we have the engine idling and it's too high for it to measure. So once you get this thing idled down, it should actually show a value there. Okay, so now that we've gotten down to around 720 to 760 RPM, you can see that the block is actually starting to read. It's negative 3.4 degrees, and this is going to be the value that we're going to be looking at to check for timing chain stretch. So the value that I've heard from Volkswagen technicians, and I don't believe there's any official publication from Volkswagen in terms of what a required spec is, but the term that what I've heard from VW and Audi techs was plus or minus 5 degrees is the spec we're going to be looking to be within. So obviously at 3.4 we're still within that, but I've also heard people talking about 4 degrees and people having issues in the neighborhood of like 4.8 degrees plus or minus, that they were having issues with timing chain noise and that type of stuff. So, you know, I would say it's probably depends on the person and maybe how long you're planning on keeping the vehicle. If you are planning to have the vehicle for long term and you're above 4 or you're in the 4.1, 4.3 range, something like that, you might consider doing them at some point and maybe keep an eye on it periodically. If you have an OBD11, it's something that you can obviously easily check this whenever you want and determine if you're moving in the wrong direction and you're going to get further and further outside of that spec, then you can obviously keep an eye on this to make sure that you're not having an issue. If you want to just make sure that you definitely don't have a problem, obviously 5 is the number that I've been told. 4 will ensure that you're safe. So I think you know, people who want to be hyper vigilant, maybe use 4 as a number. If you just want to make sure that you're not at a major risk, maybe 5 is the number you use. So, but this is going to determine whether you're going to have timing chain stretch, and this is going to be the easiest way to tell without any disassembly, taking stuff apart. You just get in your car, start it up, plug in your scan tool, and get your device hooked up and on the right data block. Hopefully this video is helpful for anybody looking to check their vehicle for timing chain stretch. And again, this is all 2.0t TSI engines, which would have been non-current model stuff, non-MQB. So, but this fits a huge range of vehicles and is something that's very important. Aside from checking your tensioner, which we've covered extensively and also showed you how to replace it, this is going to be another process that you're going to want to make sure you do to keep your engine running safe and sound. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more like it.